Well, good freaking morning, people. Big Red here. Thank you for tuning in. This is my Red Talk. All right, if you are new here, basically, this is just me talking to you guys about whatever's going on in my brain on my drive to work in the morning. So, first off, Merry Christmas Eve. Today's officially Christmas Eve. The last week, it's all I've been talking about because I can't believe it's actually here. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Christmas time. It's just, I think everything's kind of time is actually flying. It's weird. It's like I always thought when you were like a kid, you were so ready for it, and then like it felt like it would never happen, and now it's like holy shit, it's actually here. Yeah, so Christmas is here. Tomorrow's Christmas Day. Um, it's 50 degrees outside. It's weird. It's definitely not New York Christmas, but I'll take it because I'll tell you what, I'm sick of the snow. I don't want any snow. I don't need any snow. I am good on that front. That's for sure. So I'm happy it's not snowing. And I don't know. I guess let's start off talking about that. My thoughts on snow. But I just hate snow. Like, does anybody else out there that's watching this hate the snow as well? Like, I literally despise it. There is, to me, there's nothing good about it. It's it just means you have to move. One, you have to shovel the snow. You got to move the snow, so that sucks. Why do you want to do that? And then it just piles up on the side of the road, and you get all these mountains of snow that are there for months on end, and they just collect garbage. And then when all the snow actually does melt, it's just flooded with trash, and it's disgusting. It's not like like New York City after it snows is probably the grossest place on earth because that place is covered in garbage and human poop to begin with, and now just gets plowed and put into huge piles and left out, to sit for God knows how long. Yeah, no, I'm good. So, is it pretty? Sometimes it can be pretty. All right, when it first happens, that's probably when it's pretty, but after that, I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm not playing that game. No, thank you. I think it's I think it's from like a couple days ago. I talked about like my career history. I guess I think it's because my old jobs that I've had, whenever it snows, that just means you work like twice the amount. It used to be like, oh, you going to work? Oh, it's supposed to snow tonight. All right, you're going to stay until the snow's done. Like, excuse me? One time I got stuck in the Bronx plowing snow for, I think it was 2 straight days because the snowstorm was so bad that nobody could get in. And I think I was there for about 2 days. Just me and like one other guy. And we plowed snow for 48 hours. And then I went home and had to shovel snow for another 2+ hours. So, because I couldn't walk to my door. That snowstorm was crazy. I remember that. They shut down all the bridges. They shut down like everything. That was a wild, wild snowstorm. But I think that one might have sealed the deal on my hatred for snow. And then I still just don't like it. It's just dumb. I think I'm just an old fart now. It just wants to Go down, I don't know, live in hot weather and not have to deal with snow, and that's just me. Old shit. Whatever. It's not snowing now, so I'm alright with that. And it's 48 degrees right now, according to my truck, so I don't think it's gonna snow, but you never know. Oh, man. So I know yesterday, a little recap from yesterday, I talked about the Rashad Mendenhall tweet going out, how instead of the Pro Bowl, he wants it to be an all black versus all white game, which has taken the internet by storm, and it's probably the most viral thing that's happened. Probably the most viral thing that's happened all year, I will say. And he, the internet has taken it into their own hands, and people have started drafting teams and all that, simulating them in Madden, which is hysterical. But I saw yesterday that the Miami Dolphins, all right, let me backtrack for a second. So the biggest thing that hurt the all white team, everybody was saying, is that there are no current white corners on defense. No white corners. So people had like Christian McCaffrey playing corner or something. Like, that was where the defense really struggled. So that being said, I saw something yesterday that the Miami Dolphins, and I don't know how true this is, but Miami Dolphins elevated a guy off the practice squad who was a white corner. So the white team got a corner. Now, part of me wants to believe that that was done on purpose because of all the mayhem that's going on, which I am all for. I'm a big fan of chaos on the internet. It's always makes for good entertainment for me, and I just think that's pretty funny. That we got listen, the white team's got a corner, so now we're getting a defense together. Maybe another one will come along before the end of the season. Who knows? It's just fun. It's just crazy how this like made such a complete wave, and he tweeted about it to make it. I don't know. He sounded like he wanted to be like malicious with it, and basically saying that white people don't know anything about sports, which whatever. Say whatever you want. I don't care. But I just love the angle that the internet took on it, and I think it's definitely what the internet needed this time of year. So thank you for that, Rashad Mendenhall. We we appreciate that. It's probably the most contribution you've had to any team ever. So yeah, so there's that. The white team's got a corner. Going now, driving into work now, Christmas Eve. I'm looking for shoes. Huh? Quite a lot of people out for it being Christmas Eve. I will say that. Now, what I do need to do, and I need to get a new pair of shoes. My sneakers I've been wearing essentially every day for the last year. I have I bought my first pair of Hokas last year. Hokas are like I guess like marathon running shoes. They're running shoes, and then they make different like levels of comfort for them. So it's like if you run on the street, if you run on a treadmill, if you run on a track, whatever, they have different like cushion levels. Got my first pair of those, and best things I ever put on my feet by far. Clearly not a sponsored ad, but they very comfortable, and I quite literally have been wearing them for a year straight, maybe more. I don't even know. But I think they're starting to get like a little worn out on me because like man, my back just hurts. Like everything I do, wake up, back hurts, and I'm on my feet majority of the day, and like I think it's just the shoes getting worn out. I think they might be on their last leg here, because typically, I mean, listen, I am a large human being. I weighed myself in yesterday, I think it was, and I was like 380 pounds. It's a lot of weight on your feet. And if any of my other big boys are out there listening and, your back hurts or your feet hurt or something, like I've learned that it's probably in your shoes. So my biggest issue has always been, especially working and being on my feet all the time, whether it's what I'm doing now or, when I'm doing security at the bars at night and like you're just constantly standing, constantly walking. Like there is no there is no time when you're not just sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day. Like I'm up on my feet, moving, doing stuff, whatever. So I've learned, and this is a pretty good tip for everybody, that shoes really do make a pretty big difference. Now the Hokas were by far the most comfortable things I ever put on my feet, and I'm glad that I found those. Because for a while I was just getting, like whatever Nike, New Balance, and like I would just wear through those in no time whatsoever. So I try and I'm trying to find stuff that's good for my feet that'll help my back not hurt because back hurting is not fun, and it's always just like a constant. Like I feel it now when I'm sitting down. You know, it's not good, and I know I should probably lose weight and not be a fat fuck anymore. That being said, that's also kind of my thing, and you know, who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll do maybe I'll do that. Maybe for the new year I'll do a like a challenge on TikTok or YouTube here for something that like a 120-day challenge, like I saw the Nelk Boys were doing. Well, Nelk Boys, I know Kyle was doing it from the Nelk Boys, and maybe I'll do something like that. Document everything for you guys. Maybe that'll be pretty cool. But you know, anyway, that being said, I'm like, I think the fact that maybe I'll lose some weight could definitely help all the time, and I just know that the shoes play a big factor in my recent findings because every time I would get new shoes, I'd be all right, be all right, be all right, be all right, wear them, wear the shit out of them, and decline a little bit. Back would start hurting a little bit. Back would get worse, worse, worse. Buy a new pair of shoes. Back seems to be all right. So, in my scientific findings here, the shoes are related to back problems. So, if you get yourself a good pair of shoes, back shouldn't hurt. So I think the Hokas are really good. Uh, I think I have these other ones. I'm actually wearing them right now. They're called Kane, Kane. Now Canes are like essentially Crocs, but they're like a sneaker form of Crocs, which is nice because they have the same like cushiony bottom as Crocs, and they got the holes in them, and they're open and airy and everything, and they they're comfortable, and you could just slide them on and off whenever. There's no you don't got to tie them. So the Canes are good. I love Crocs. I really do. Uh, Crocs are good. What I also try doing is going barefoot as much as I can. Uh, so I like going. I like going barefoot. I like, like in the summer times, I'll walk around barefoot on the concrete on the street. Going to the beach, whatever it is. I like that because I feel like that kind of really helps too. Even though there's like no cushion, obviously, because you have bare feet. But I feel like that kind of builds up your feet in a way. So that seems to be one of my go-to moves too. But I just think it's, if you're, I think, and trust me, I am absolutely nobody. But if you're a big dude and you know, your feet hurt, your back hurts, look at the shoes you're wearing and try and, you know, change that and see if that helps because it might help. Like I know a lot of people that are like, you know, that'll go and like instantly go to the doctor, instantly do the chiropractor, instantly do like everything else, but get $100 or $200 pair of shoes. Which leads me to that. Shoes are freaking expensive. I don't know who changed whatever, but this shit's expensive now. Like, what is going on with this? Shoes are little like the Hokas. I think were 220. Crocs are like 45, and these cane shoes are I think 80. You look any pair of Nikes, any pair of Adidas, any pair of New Balance, anything is north of $150 now. It's crazy. Like it's actually crazy town. I I don't and I don't get it. And I know, I mean, like everything's expensive now. That makes sense, but the it's just it's wild to me. And to be honest, that's kind of how I learned that my shoes were the issue with my feet and my back. For a while, like I was buying shoes, buying shoes, buying shoes, wearing them constantly. So I was always kind of wearing new pairs of shoes, like I'll buy 3 or 4 pairs of shoes at a time. And then because I can get them I was able to get four pairs of shoes for $200, which was a freaking steal. And, constantly rotate those through for like a year, you know, then like, shoes jumped up. Now they're like 50% more expensive, 75%. Now they're cost double. So that's kind of what led me to this theory here. But it's just crazy. And like I get it, like everything's expensive. We know, like if you're in America right now, you understand that everything is way more expensive than it's ever been and it really ever should be. And it's an issue. And I hope it gets resolved because, you know, nobody can afford this shit, man. It sucks. Everybody's out here working 60, 80 hours a week and people that still can't afford rent, can't afford their mortgage. Like something's got to change here. Like normal everyday stuff is crazy. Price of eggs, Like, the price of everything is just like absolutely skyrocketing right now. And it sucks. And for somebody who's, like, I was born in that weird time, like you see on the internet, like, you know, you ever see like the Venn diagram of, like, you know, born too late to get a house for $30,000, and uh, born too early to be a TikTok star or whatever, like famous on TikTok for just being on it. And then it's like millennials in the middle. So it's like bang, bang, boom. That's, it's right where I fall. I actually saw a funny thing the other day where it was like, damn, I really wish I didn't mess around in 2008 and buy a house for $40,000, but I was too busy in algebra class. I thought that was freaking hysterical. Yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping things turn around. I think they will. I think it's kind of like a bubble that's going to burst. I don't think it can last that long. But I mean, if it does, we're all screwed. That's really it. I don't know. But yeah, I hope it doesn't last. I hope it does go away, because that'd be nice.